Hi guys, it's Lady Katherine here, and for this video, this is the first official video in the Confessions of a Witch vlog series. I really want to just, I guess you could say, a get to know me kind of video, just to kind of kickstart it. So, my name is Lady Katherine, or Katherinedraconis, if you will. I go by Lady Katherine, or I go by Katherine. Either way works. And I have been practicing witchcraft in some shape or form for the last 10 years. I think I stated a prior video as of January 2019. I think I said 2018 in the last video. I meant 2019. It will be 11 years. I have been studying witchcraft and magic and all matter of occult subjects now for 11 years, which will then be 12 years on January 1st of 2019. So, who am I? What are some of my interests and my hobbies? Well, when I'm not practicing witchcraft, not doing any kind of business work or anything like that, I am a video gamer, and my favorite game of all time is Skyrim. Although I can never completely finish Skyrim sometimes, because there's like a bazillion character combinations you can make, and yeah, it's craziness, but I love the game so much. I also like to write poetry. I am in the process of writing a couple of books. um, the first one is going to be about my journey coming to my path as it is now, all the way back from there are parts that'll be revealed in this book that nobody knows except for me and my wife. All right. I am married to my lovely wife. We just celebrated our 1 year wedding anniversary on July 15th. So, yeah, that was a big shock. It's like, whoa, we've already been married for a year, and it doesn't even feel like we've been married for a year, to be honest. And, I have a lovely 4-year-old stepdaughter, but I don't ever refer to her as my stepdaughter. I refer to her as my daughter. Um, I love her to death. I really do. And who knows? Maybe my wife and my kid will make an appearance in one of my videos, so you guys could, so they could say hi. You never really know, now do ya? Actually, my profile picture here on YouTube is actually a picture of me and my daughter. So yeah, I thought that was a really cute picture, and I decided I'm gonna go for it because this is first and foremost, this is my personal channel. This is not like a business channel or anything that really has to be professional in any way, shape, or form. This is my channel. This is a personal channel. So I really like that. I really liked that picture when it was taken, and of course I used it. And I might still be using it on Facebook, which is where the "I am a goddess" at the bottom was put. They have their like their borders that you can add to your photos and stuff like that. So I really did like that as well. It kind of went with the theme. So some more things that really interest me. I love to read. I'm very much a nerd in that sense. I love video games, reading, writing poetry, writing books. What else is there really to tell you that is actually like appropriate things about myself to share? Uh, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys because it's going to come out eventually at some point in this channel. It will most likely come out. My wife and I do practice BDSM. That's all I'm going to say about the topic. It'll actually, a lot more will probably come out when I actually do the video on sex magic. Because I will be using a lot of personal experiences and things like that within that video. So, but just a heads up, we do practice BDSM. Alright, I know it kind of seems strange and weird and taboo, but honestly, it works for us. In a marriage or in a relationship, you have to find what works for you guys. And it just so happens that our BDSM dynamic actually works best for our relationship, too. So, I like to clean, like, the new things that have been occurring with me is I'm starting to actually get housework done more efficiently. I guess you could say I've started organizing my life. I've started downsizing things in my life because I really don't need as much stuff as I have. Now, my spiritual things, those are going to be things that will be kept, because eventually, I will have a big altar. I will have, space for all the books that I have, things like that. But see, here's the funny part. My spiritual and my mundane books are all put together because to me there is no separation between the two. So every little thing, such as vacuuming the carpet, or wiping down the windows, everything is a small magical ritual to me. I am very much into folk magic, hearth and home, the garden, nature, things like that, as well as dragon magic and hoodoo and witchcraft. Not Wicca, but witchcraft. Wicca is more of the religious aspect, which I do have influences from Wicca within my path as well. Don't get me wrong, I started the second half of my magical career in Wicca. So there are influences there, but I do not call myself Wiccan because I do not believe in a lot of the tenets of Wicca and things like that. So that's just a personal preference, but everybody has their own preference on that, and how they believe and view things. So, I'm not Wiccan, but I do have influences of it. I mean, that's like the gist of that. Some other things that I love, I'm just going ahead and tell you, I am addicted to the internet. I am addicted to Netflix. I'm addicted to Hulu. I mean, I've watched The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina before I even knew it was a big like a big thing in the community. And, quite honestly, I thought it was pretty good for being a fiction series, but that's what it is. It is a fiction series. There is some very interesting conclusions that can be drawn from it, but it is first and foremost a fiction series based off of, I believe, a comic book series. And if it is, then I've read that too, because I have read some comic book series in my life. My newest thing is reading some manga series. I mean, they're just, in my opinion, they're like giant comic books, even though they're really not. So, that is that. So, give me just a few moments, please. I am so sorry, guys. I'm losing the light over here. I had an important phone call come in. Try not to take calls while I'm doing videos, but this one's kind of important as it was family related. So, going back to the topic of manga books. Manga books are essentially Japanese comic books. For the most part, they can range from being very thin to being very thick, and I absolutely love them. I mean, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. I'm currently reading Negama, and another one from my childhood I read. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Tokyo Mew Mew. So Negama is about a 10-year-old wizard that is sent to teach at an all-girls academy as part of his wizard training. And all of the all of the shenanigans he gets into while he's there. Absolutely love it. And then Tokyo Mew Mew is essentially about a chick who's part cat. Just to kind of boil that one down, she's like a superhero. Meets with several other people. It's pretty decent. It's one I read a long time ago when I was like a young kid. So, I like to read all kinds of things. I don't have really any particular, like, I don't read this or I don't read that. I read a lot of nonfiction because I read a lot of witchcraft books and stuff. I also read a lot of fiction as well. Not as much as nonfiction, but I do read quite a bit of that. So, I'd love to read, love to play video games. Some other things I love is music. I love to listen to music. It sometimes can get pretty difficult, especially while we're living with family. But that's what they invented headphones and earbuds for, right? So I try to listen to music like when I'm like trying to zone into my work, or whatever I'm doing. Another thing that I really love to do is, and I actually can show you guys a project that I'm working on here, or a project that I did for my wife. I love to doodle and color. So this is my little sketchbook. Fits right into my purse pretty well. Along with its companion, all of my colored pencils, my blending things, my not charcoal, my graphite pencils, I believe, and then of course erasers for that. So this is what I did for my wife around Christmas. She loves hearts, and she is also a witch as well. And then of course I just did some Christmas lights in order to make it a little festive. It's simple, but I like it, and hopefully she will like it too. She hasn't got to see it yet, so hopefully she doesn't watch this video before the 25th, which she won't be able to. So and then of course I do random like doodles. Like, I don't know if you guys are gonna see this, but I've been trying to do some knots. I have a ring that I modeled this one after. This didn't turn out as well as I hoped, but it gave me like a springboard idea as to what I want to do. So I do a lot of, like, I'll pick a pagan symbol, let's say for example a pentacle, and I'll build an image around it, or I'll do an ankh and build an image around it. I use it as another way for me to connect with my path, especially when I'm not doing things like putting together crystal elixirs or putting together spells or performing spells. I use art as another way to connect to my particular path, and I'm not very good at it, as you can see. I'm not the best artist in the world, but I do love to draw and doodle, and I make an attempt, and that's all that really matters to me. And this one came from the heart. I made a bad pun, my bad. But yeah, this one came from the heart, and I'm hoping she really likes it. So enough about my drawing. So that is just a hopefully a quick overview of some things I like to do outside of being a witch. Even though technically I am still a witch, no matter what I do. But, I mean, outside of practicing and things like that. So, I hope that you guys will join me in the final video, in the next video, which will actually be an educational video. I've titled it, So You Want to Be a Witch, or something like that. I can't remember the title off the top of my head, and it's on my computer, which is behind the camera. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And until next time, guys, namaste.